TV shows are being dumbed down.
What?
No.
You'll never believe this, and I have video
you
proof.
say.
Okay, look, I gotta put this up on screen here.
What?
And show you this video. Let's just watch this.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's something called second screen viewing, right? So it's a directive that's being handed out by big studios to filmmakers.
Please, this sounds like what I'm really hoping it isn't.
It is exactly what you probably think it is.
This is something that stands up to...
which means that you have to acknowledge that people are on their phones the whole time they're watching telly. So you have to simplify the plot so that they'll be able to follow along while they're browsing on their phone. So that's why you'll notice now in random, like in TV shows, even with good actors, they're saying really obvious things about what's happening. They're laying out the entire plot line and all of their emotions and motivations. Like the language has become really bait and on the nose. And that's because they're being told, the writers, that they have to write in a way that someone can carry on with doom scrolling or shopping online while following it in the background. So nothing can be too complex, nothing can be too high end. It has to be like we are purposefully dumbing down content, and that is leading to a less nuanced, less interesting, less thoughtful society.
Well, this makes so much sense now.
Yeah,
all the terrible shows with just in-your-face plot just makes so much sense now.
It's called second monitor viewing. Shout out to Nerd Wars, who we forced him to watch all the shit he didn't even see Back to the Future until last year. My point is, it starts on the second screen while he's doing things, and if it's good enough, it becomes main screen viewing.
True.
Yeah.
And, but unfortunately, that probably has a double-edged sword.
I would love a movie or a TV show where suddenly the actors all stop, turn to the screen,
and say, "Are you on your phone?"
Yeah, and then continue. It's true if you listen to the script. Like, okay, I'm a radio guy. I did 120 radio shows with the Frantics. So you write a certain way on the radio. You've got to describe what it is that you're doing. You're seeing that more and more in shows. They actually say what they're going to do as if it's fucking radio. It's wild.
Is that like exposition dialogue? I feel like there should be a word for that, because
it is.
I see that so much.
Jurassic World Rebirth, where Mahershala Ali and Scarlett Johansson just sat and said all of their character motivations, told their backstory. And it was just no new.
That scene was horrible.
That's wild, though, but that's in a movie.
When Robert says, I hate this fucking term, but media literacy, it is true. People are retarded and they don't know how to read nuance or character, because also not paying attention to it. So they really just need it shat out at them consistently.
Yeah, or we need to be told just directly a character's feelings, motivations, and we're told how to feel about it too. Yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm watching Foundation currently, and one storyline. There's writings for 2 different storylines, and one it feels like I'm watching 2 different shows. One for Lee Pace, the Emperor. The storyline has the dialogue and his acting is so good, and then for another character, Salvador Hardin, the Mary Sue character type, the writing is so bad. It is so it's everything, and every one character around her is just to service and say how wonderful this character is. They say it so many times how wonderful this character is.
I like this one.
How special she is. It is so annoying. It is.
But my question is, are TV shows getting dumber? Because we've had dumb shows for a long time.
It's different dumb.
Right?
Different dumb,
we've had really bad TV for the past, I don't know, 20 years. So is it more dumb now than it was, say, 10 years ago? I
wonder if it's bad, but it tries to be good, whereas now it's intentional.
Well, like Dark Wolf, super serious, and a lot of things you can read into. Even Welcome to Derry, super serious. It is not. It doesn't hold your hand.
Severance is amazing.
Severance,
if y'all haven't,
yes,
it is, and it doesn't hold your hand. There's a lot of mystery. There's a lot of intrigue, and I like that. It's a very interesting show. So Apple does some stuff right.
Yeah, some of the shows.
I think the audience is well aware of
Nobody Wants This is one of the best sitcoms I've seen in years.
To be fair, a lot of Netflix shows do this. And I am guilty. If it's a show I'm not that interested in, I call it shows you can watch and fold your laundry. You don't need to have your full attention on it. Exactly, Paul. Look, YouTube, when it's a panel show like this, fine. I listen to YouTube in my car. I'll watch FNT, and when they all laugh and look at a meme, I'll look at the screen, but I get it, right? Even to be fair, old episodes of the classic OG Star Trek, I would record those on cassette tape. I know Robert Meyer Burnett did that too. I could listen to those episodes and it plays like radio, right? But this is a whole other level of dumb that are making the shows uninteresting. So, Paul, you can probably speak to that.
What are you questioning my writing capabilities?
I'm saying about TV. Just like,
well, there's the dumb of the A-Team, Flying Nun, that kind of stuff, which we call dumb,
that we all just have on.
And I think I don't think people are passionate about TV, although there is the odd show that does come up lately. Like I said, Nobody Wants This, which is the romantic comedy, the very Jewish romantic comedy.
Oh, with Kristen Bell and
it is so well written, like razor sharp. It's funny. So people are capable of it. And a part of the problem with streaming is that people are doing what is called ironing shows, where they just leave it on all day, right? And I don't know how you fix that. Things are becoming less and less event television. And
how do networks make money doing this? If you're not paying attention to the show, you're certainly not paying attention.
Well, who's watching network?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all time. It's time shifting, right? Time shifting and being efficient. I mean, I know, for example, Gary from Nerdrotic, he'll watch YouTube at twice speed.
I do that too.
Yeah, like just to get like it quicker. Or like I used to, I used to do I love TiVo. I would love TiVo. Had one of the first TiVos, loved it. I would watch an NFL game, okay, and they had a thing that was like you could step forward 30 seconds. I would watch a game late. I'd start watching it 1 hour late. Every commercial break was 2.5 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. The whole commercial break. I wouldn't see commercials during an NFL game. I'd watch a 3-hour presentation in 2 hours. Time shifting. I think that's part of it.
My TiVo would actually let you fast forward 2 minutes into the future.
Right.
I mean, I also have to assume though, because we have so many more TV shows now and so many more different things going on, that just by sheer numbers, most of those are going to be bad. I don't know if TV shows have gotten dumber. They've always been fairly dumb with a few bright spots here and there, right?
The Love Boat was dumb.
Sure, absolutely.
But it was dumb because they were dumb stories and dumb plots.
Yeah.
This is where they're actually telling you subtext and what is happening on the screen. The writing is intentionally dumb.
I think they're making it like content, on your phone. They know that they're competing with that, so they're trying to make it to where if you're doom scrolling while watching this show, they want to give you that same sort of like dopamine hit, make it simple, like a picture book for a child, right? Make it simple for them, so that way they know, like, oh, okay, I kind of liked it, right? You have a little bit of that dopamine hit that you get when you're doom scrolling and you've come across something that you like, so that you come back later. And they're keeping it very simple for that type of an audience. Unfortunately, it's going to be criticized because something like that is not going to be good. If you're going into it, watching it because you're interested in it, and then it ends up being like some sort of like small, I don't want to say like small-minded picture book, but I mean, that's kind of what these shows are like now. Where they explain everything to you and don't leave it up to you to figure it out, or leave it up to the story to, bring something up later. And it's this nice, intricate thing that comes together very well written. It's just very in your face. And here, this is what's happening. I'm telling you, I'm going to have characters tell you what they're thinking, what they're wanting to do, their motivations. It's going to get picked apart, and it's not going to be good because of that. But if it's made for that type of an audience who is just doom scrolling on their phone and they know that, then what they're relying on is that quick, like, oh, I kind of liked it while I watched it, so maybe I'll come back.
The difference between Welcome to Derry and Alien Earth is fucking staggering.
Oh yeah,
staggering.
I'm watching a stream of Alien Isolation, and the difference, again, just like in quality and of tension and scariness and atmosphere, is versus Alien Earth is night and day. And I liked your point, Steph, and I think I do wonder what type of media and what type of, I don't know, I guess stories that people are that writers themselves are consuming, because that in turn will affect what you're going to write. And that's what concerns me. Are they just watching reality TV because and TikTok? Because a lot of those reality shows, they have whatever scene takes place, but then there's this commentary that individually shows them what they were thinking, what was going on, whatever at the previous event. And it just makes me wonder if that's the people that grew up on reality TV and have shifted into like content on TikTok and that sort of media. And if you're not, I don't know, if you're not living experiences, if you're not reading books, actual books, that will come across in the content that you create and the stories that you write.
That is very interesting, because there is a whole generation who grew up on reality TV. Like, reality TV was huge for a long time. And now, you know, they're in like movie making and stuff like that. And the books that they're reading are smut books that are popular right now. And the writing isn't very good. But also back then, when reality TV was really huge, like the women were probably consuming the books like Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey, or, you know, things like that. So they're not like incredible books like Lord of the Rings, you know, that they're reading. They're reading what is popular at the time. And now they've grown up and they're writing and creating movies and stuff like that. And so that's what they grew up on, and that's what they experience. So they're putting that in their writing, which is why the writing now is so incredibly simple.
Well, I just have to say that you will remove Project Runway from my cold dead hands.
I don't know. I think there's a generation of these filmmakers and writers who, you know, grew up with Joss Whedon, and they have tried to imitate him to the point of nauseum. And I don't think I think it's a blend of a lot of things. I think it is the reality shows. People who grew up on that. I think it's people who try to write clever dialogue because they watched one Tarantino film in their whole life and think that they could do what he did. There's a lot of, I don't know. There's a lot of copycats who don't have like an original voice. And yeah, you could say it's because they don't read. You could say it's a lot of different things, a lot of different reasons. My thing is, though, just to, since I'm not the downer guy, I'm going to say there is a lot of good TV out there, though. Like, there is a lot of good stuff out there. There's a lot of good shows out there. And that's why I'm questioning, are shows dumber now than they were like
again, Landman, right? You and I love that show. I was gonna watch 20 minutes of it, and I watched like 4 episodes, because just like a good book where you're like, let me just go see what happens in the next beginning, and then you end up watching a whole nother fucking episode, and it perfectly flows. And you have to be at least intelligent to understand all the things they're talking about and all the minutia. So clearly some are not curtailing, but clearly others are. Sure. It kind of makes it easy to see who is.
There's some of the shows that actually took us away from regular TV because they actually were better written, like Sopranos.
Yeah.
So, stuff like that still exists. That is really, really well written.
Just fewer and farther between, right?
Mad Men. We've never seen stuff like that on TV. So it's again, we're stuck with an abundance of content.